What's up, guys? What's going on? It's Andrew coming at you again with another Taco Tuesday install video. Today we are installing ditch lights that I just got from Cali LED. I'm stoked about them. They look cool. So we'll go out and we'll see what we got. And we'll get right into it. The set I went with was the side projecting LED ditch lights from Cali Raised, and I went with the package that they had. It came with the brackets, the wiring harness. I opted for an OEM switch because I wanted to match the rest of the switches in the truck, and it came with the mounting brackets for the actual LEDs. Now I thought these were going to be silver or stainless steel, but they're black, which is pretty cool. So they're going to match the lights and the brackets. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the brackets on the actual lights, and then I will pop the hood and mount the mounting brackets. The mounting brackets onto the actual pods. There's no directions, so these brackets are curved. I wasn't positive which way it goes, so I went with this because it seems like I have the best amount of travel up and down. And it also comes with the nuts and the lock washers. What I did was I put the nut in that slot. It actually holds it in there, and then I dropped the lock washer in so I can put the bolt in the side and tighten that down. So I'm going to leave them loose now, just so when I get the mounting brackets on, I can get the angle that I'm going for. This is their low profile mounting bracket. It either has a D for driver side or a P for passenger side. So to mount these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack one bolt free. I'm going to mount the bracket on that bolt while I leave the second one tight, because the idea is to not let your hood get out of alignment. So I'm going to try doing that and we'll see how it goes. I got both sides on. That's how they mount, and they are super low profile. That's crazy how low they are, and it's got perfect clearance for the windshield and for the windshield wiper on the other side. So again, these are 12mm bolts. I had trouble with the passenger side. The hood actually did come out of alignment, so I just had to fight with that a little bit to get it back into alignment. But try, when you take it out, take one bolt out at a time and try to retighten this top bolt as tight as you can get it before you break the bottom bolt, and that way it'll keep it as close to alignment as possible. So now I'm going to mount the actual pods on the brackets and start doing the wiring. Get the pods, the brackets that the pods actually mount on, they come with hardware in them. When you get the low profile mounting brackets for your hood, they actually send smaller bolts because these ones are going to be too long with that. So they send 2 bolts and 2 nuts for those. Okay, so I got the pods mounted on. As you can see, they clear perfectly. I did use 2 1/2-inch wrenches to tighten this bolt and this nut. If I could offer anything, if you're doing this yourself, would be to actually mount the pods onto the brackets before you put the brackets on the truck, because it was very tight since it's low profile to get on that nut underneath it. They're both in, so now we are going to install the wiring harness and get them all wired up. This comes with a button switch that they install with the wiring harness. I actually ordered an OEM switch, so I'm going to disconnect this get that out of the way. So now what we have to do is we're actually going to feed this part of the wire harness through the firewall down here and pull it out on the other side where we're going to install the switch. Since I am getting a different switch, I'm going to have to cut this connector off anyway and splice the new switch on. So before I try to feed this through the firewall, I'm actually going to cut it off. And then what I'm going to use is a piece of bare copper I had laying around. I'm going to tape it to and push it through the firewall. Okay, once you pull the wire through the firewall, the harness, you have to pry out this little panel. All I did was go in from the sides and pried it on both sides, and it popped out. So now that we have our harness out, I have the OEM switch that I got, which is going to go in this blank spot. So I have to take this blank switch out, but it came with a separate plug that I have to splice to these wires. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to splice these into this, and then once we're done that, we can pop the switch in this blank spot, put it back in, and then we'll go under the hood and hook it up to the battery and land the relay somewhere. So I looked on the wiring online. So how it's going to get landed is the black is going to mount to the black wire in the harness. The two reds are going to mount to the blue wire in the harness, and the green is going to mount to the white. So I'm going to tape the two reds together, and then I'm going to strip everything, and I'm going to connect them. Okay, so I popped out the old blank. This is the new switch, spliced it in, and then we just plug it in like that, and tuck all this back in here. There we go. Now we got to go under the hood and hook it up to the battery. So here we are. This is the Cali Rays LED side projecting ditch lights installed, hooked up. You can see the low profile bracket keeps them super tight. I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. Everything working in the switch. Lights up when they're on. I'm gonna go adjust them when it gets dark, but there they are on. Alright guys, so here are the lights. These are just my regular headlights. These are my high beams. These are my headlights with the Baja Squadron Sport Amber fog lights. And here's the ditch lights. So as you can see, I still have to adjust them a little bit better, but I couldn't really find a good place to really do it tonight. So hopefully when we're out on a trail at night, we'll be able to do that. I'll turn the headlights off and just turn on the ditch lights now. So as you can see, they definitely give some awesome coverage. I have them pointed out to the sides, which this is my first pair of ditch lights, but to the best of my understanding, that is the purpose of them, to light up the sides of the roads. And again, this is just the regular headlights here. So you can tell it adds a lot of light. So I'm pretty stoked with the way they turned out. I dig it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and if you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, I hope you subscribe. I'm going to try to keep making weekly Taco Tuesday videos, but for where I live right now in the mid-Atlantic on the East Coast, the winter time's a really hard time to do mods to your truck when you don't have a garage, and unfortunately I don't have a garage. So the spring coming, I'm getting new wheels, new tires, a lift put on, rock sliders, and hopefully I'll also get a roof rack. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you next time.